Good morning and namaste. Welcome. Please take a comfortable seat. Turn your thigh bones in and draw your tailbone down. Bring your thumbs and index fingers together, palms down on your lap. And take a deep breath. Lift up through your spine. Reach your shoulders up a little bit towards your ears. And then gently invite the heads of your arm bones back. Glide your throat back and align your palate over your pelvis. This morning we're in practice dancer pose for 9 ladies dancing in the 12 days of yoga. So think of a dancer. A dancer expresses poise and grace and makes the dance look effortless, right? But we know there's a ton of discipline and training that goes behind becoming a dancer. And when we practice our yoga, it's similar. It feels beautiful, it looks beautiful. Sometimes the postures look effortless, but we know there's a lot of effort and engagement that goes underneath that. And there's also an aspect of discipline. I have a poster that says, "Discipline is remembering what you want." So I invite you today to set an intention to clarify what it is that you want. And then make the effort, put in the engagement, do the work, go to rehearsal, practice, right? Practice. And see how that helps you move along your path towards achieving your desire. And on the way, remember that it's not just you acting alone, but you're dancing with the divine. Maybe you are the dancer, maybe you're the choreographer, right? But there is this participation between you and life. And life is a dance. So let's close your eyes. Take some deep breaths. And with each inhalation, invite in more oxygen, more air, more prana, life force energy. Breathe it into your heart. And then as you exhale, release whatever holds you back. What stops you from living the life you're dreaming of? Usually it has to do with fear. We're afraid of living large. There's fear of stepping outside of the comfort zone, right? And that's valid. And instead of trying to push your fear away, take it along with you. Dance with it. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. And we'll chant an Om to begin our practice. Take a breath in. Bow your head and release your hands and come on out to stand. Stand in mountain pose, Tadasana. Align your feet so they're parallel, they're hip distance apart. Lift up from the soles of your feet. Even lift your toes off the floor and engage. Pull up through your calf muscles, pull up through your quadriceps. Feel that there's this strong sense of engagement. And then keeping that lift through your legs, you can set your toes back down. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. We'll begin with sun breath. So inhale, stretch your arms out to your sides and reach them up overhead. And as you exhale, press out with your palms, bring your arms down and hands back to the heart center. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, press out and down. And feel the dance between you and your breath. You and grace. You and the universe. And then the next time your arms come up over your head, hold on to your right wrist with your left hand. Lengthen up through your side. And then exhale. Take a stretch over to your left. Press down from your pelvis into your feet. Lift your chest. Turn, look up underneath your right arm a bit. And then come back to the middle and switch. Hold the left wrist with your right hand, lengthen up. On your exhalation, take a side bend and look up. So we don't want the heart to turn down towards the floor, but you want to feel the opening all along the side of your torso, up through your ribs. And inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release your arms down. And then clasp your hands together behind your back, bend your elbows. And lightly hug your elbows in towards each other. Continue to lift up from your feet, up through your legs, and then rise up through the side ribs. Take the heads of your arm bones back and gently engage by hugging your elbows towards each other. Then stretch your arms back behind you. You could even point your index finger down like you're pointing towards the back end of your mat. And tune into your breath. Feel the dance of breath in your body. Good. Release your arms. Take a few shoulder circles. And then step up to the front edge of your mat. We'll do a few salutes to the sun today to really get warmed up. Bring your hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Take a breath and soften. Feel your connection to the dance of life. Then firm your legs, pull up from your feet up into your pelvis. Move the tops of your thighs back. Draw your tailbone in, shoulders back, throat back. And then inhale, reach your arms out and up to the sky. On your exhalation, hinge at your hips, bend your knees as needed. Place your fingertips down and bow your head. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, right leg back into lunge. And press your thighs up and back. And then draw the tailbone down and forward. Lengthen your heart forward. On your next inhalation, step to plank pose. Place your hands. Hug in. So engage with the dance of life. On your exhalation, you can come down with knees to the mat first, or through Chaturanga Dandasana, and then all the way to your belly. Point your toes. Lift up through the sides. Lift your shoulders and come up to a small cobra pose. Reach back through your feet. Pull your heart forward and up. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take your hips up, lift your armpits, soften the heart. So even though there's a lot of engagement in your arms, there's discipline, there's strength, there's also a softening. You don't want to muscle your way into the dance of life. You engage, and then sometimes you have to back off. Look forward at your thumbs. Lift your right leg up a bit, and then take a big step forward with your right foot. Lengthen your legs, lengthen your spine, draw the tailbone in. Take another breath in lunge, and then exhale, step forward with your back foot and fold. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, release your arms down, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold forward. Take a breath, lift your chest, step back with your left foot, and now twist. Bring your right hand to your right hip and tack the hip down. Turn your belly and chest, shoulders back, and then reach your right arm up. Now from the core of your pelvis, expand out, lengthen your back leg, reach your right shin forward over your ankle, and lengthen through the whole spine and chest. You can even lean back a little bit, enjoying the dance of life. And then release. Bring your hand to the floor. Step back to plank. Hug in, engage strongly. Exhale, release down. Inhale, cobra. And then push up and back, downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths. From your heart, push down into your hands. From your heart, rise up to the sitting bones and reach the base of your shins back and down towards the floor. Look up between your thumbs, lift your left leg up a few inches, and then take a big step through. Come on, your fingertips. Firm your legs. Left hand to your hip. Exhale, twist to the left. Heads of arm bones back, shoulders back, reach up, and then expand out. Express yourself. It's like we did a lot of work to get here, but the pose looks effortless and beautiful. Release your hand down to the floor, look forward. Exhale, step up and fold over your legs. Press into your feet, inhale, reach up. Exhale, release your arms down, hands to heart center. Inhale, stretch up and back. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right leg back. This time, bring your knee to the floor. Bring both of your hands inside your left foot and shift your hips forward and down so you start to feel a quadricep stretch in the right leg. Now resist with your feet. So engage your legs, pull your left foot and your right knee towards one another. So there's a lot of engagement there. And then reach back with your right hand for your right foot. Quad stretch. And if you can hold it in inner edge of your foot, you get this shoulder to open a little bit more. Ooh, pull your heel towards your hip. It's intense. And then release. Okay, step to plank pose. Exhale, lower down, and then we'll take dancing cobra. So we're doing 9 ladies dancing today. So for dancing cobra, bring your legs together, walk your fingers forward and off the mat, lift your elbows up, and then lift your heart, and then move and groove. Rock and roll a little bit. Your pelvis and legs stay stable, but the upper body gets some mobility. This should feel really interesting, and hopefully it feels good. And then release back down to the floor. Place your hands behind the line of your shoulders. Turn your toes under. Inhale, push up to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Pull in, engage with life, engage with the dance. Draw up from your feet, up into your heart. Draw from your hands up into the heart. And then take your right leg up and over into a wild one-legged dog. You can reach the left heel down towards the floor. Look over or under your left arm and see if you can see your right toes. And then we'll take the right leg back and step it through into lunge. Bring your left knee to the mat. Both hands inside your right foot. Shift your hips forward, but engage your legs. So you're pulling in. When you pull in from the feet, your hips, your pelvis will lift up a little bit. And you feel a little more power in your legs. Then draw your tailbone forward and down. And if this is enough quad stretch, you stay here. If you want a little more, look over your left shoulder. Reach for your left foot with your left hand. Pull your heel in. You can either hold the outside edge of the foot or take your hand to the inner edge of your foot and pull. And those are both different hand holds you can use in dancer pose when we get there. They're both different and interesting. All right, and then release that foot down. All right, let's step back now to downward dog, and we'll get our wild one-leg dog on the second side. So draw in and up. Lots of engagement. You have to take action to make your dreams come true. Lift your left leg up, turn your hips, bend your knee, and now look to the right. for your left foot. Reach your right heel towards the mat. Keep both armpits lifting. Engage in your arms. And you'll experience a stretch in your legs and a bit of an opening across your belly and chest. And then we'll take the left leg, step it all the way forward. Right foot forward, fold into Uttanasana. And press into your feet to come all the way up. Reach your arms to the sky. And then exhale, bring your palms to Anjali Mudra. Anjali is a mudra of offering. We bring the hands together in front of the heart. And you offer your dance out into the world. All right, let's try a few variations of baby Natarajasana, the dancer pose. So for these variations, you might like something to hold onto, a chair, a countertop, a wall, a doorway, something to help with your balance. Or you can, use none of that. It will just be a little more wobbly. All right, so let's start balancing on your left foot. So the foundation of your foot, it's like the setup for your dance, okay? So you set your foot down on the floor right under your hip. The toes are pointing straight ahead. You can have your left hand at the wall here. And then I'm just moving this leg out of the way so you can see my foot. You want to engage your muscles. So you lift the toes off the floor and you feel how that engages your calves and a little bit all the way up into the quadriceps. Then as you spread the toes, place them back down. So you create a big foundation of your foot. Your foot broadens out. It's like opening up a fan. Shift your weight onto your left foot and bend your right knee. You can reach it out in front of you to hold your ankle or the top of your foot and then take your knee down. All right. So if you think of the left foot as having 4 corners, you want to find the 4 corners evenly balanced on the floor. So that's the mound of your big toe, the inner edge of your heel, the mound of your little toe, and the outer edge of your heel. So from your hip and from the pelvis, you root down into those 4 corners on the floor. And as we try to find balance here, you'll notice that it starts to shift. And sometimes you might collapse towards the inner edge of the foot, or there might be more weight in your heel and none in your toes. So just keep that in mind. Now we start with the quad stretch. We're already here. We're pulling the heel in. Press your inner thighs back and take your tailbone down and in. Now push your knee back. Push your foot away from your hip and turn your chest forward. Then you can reach the left arm out in front of you, lift up through your ribs, plug your shoulder in, and take your arm up and look up towards the sky. And if that's too hard on your balance, you look down at the floor. But you feel the engagement in your back and in your leg. You fire up the hamstrings a little more, your leg can lift higher. The wall is there if you need it to hold on to. Good. And then gently release. So you might find that your glutes and your hamstrings are working really hard in dancer pose, and that's a good thing. All right, let's turn around and try side B. So spread the toes of your right foot. You can pull up from the arch of your foot up into your pelvis. Bend the left leg. If you can just reach back and hold on to it, that's fine. Or sometimes it's easier if you take your knee forward, you can find your foot more easily. First, draw in. Pull your knees towards each other. Pull your heel in towards your hip. With your legs strongly engaged, move your thigh bones back and then anchor your tailbone down towards your right foot. Take a deep breath, shoulders back, and then push your foot back. Spread the toes on your lifted foot. And you aim to keep your heart forward. If you've got the balance, you can reach the right hand forward, plug your shoulder in, and take it up. And from the core of your pelvis, you root down into the four corners of your right foot. And then extend up from the pelvis. Reach up through your head. Reach up through your fingertips. Beautiful. All right, and release. Ooh, good job. All right, we're going to try 2 other variations of dancer pose today. So let's come back to the first side. This variation is just a change in the way you hold your foot with your hand. So the first time we held the outside of the foot. This time, try taking your hand to the inside of the foot. So it's almost like hitchhiker thumb. And so you're holding the big toe side of the foot. This opens up your right shoulder a little bit more. All right, pull up. Engage with life. Press your thighs back. Scoop your tailbone in, then push your foot back. Now it's going to want to go way out to the side, so you hug it in. You draw in. And then see about taking your left arm up. Lift your chest. Lift your back leg. Yes. Beautiful. And gently release. Switch sides. Spread the toes. Pull in and up. Hold on to your foot. Take your hand to the inside of the foot. Hug your knees in. Press your thighs back. Tailbone down. And then lift your heart. Right arm forward and then up. And I like to think of dancer pose as a lifting up pose rather than a going way forward pose. It gives it a more uplifting feeling. And when that feels complete, step your foot down. Rest for a moment. And then our last variation, we'll use a strap. And there are 2 different ways you can use your strap here. For both of them, you will make a loop that fits around your foot. Oops. Sometimes just getting the belt arranged is a complicated dance all in itself. It's like a mating dance. Like, how am I going to get this to work? Okay, so you make a loop that it fits around your foot and put it around your right foot. All right, so the 2 ways you can do this is one with your elbows up on the wall, or you can stay sideways and not use the wall. Let me show you with the elbows first. You'll face the wall. Actually, let's just all do it together. So you can face your wall. Take your belt over your shoulder and pull it up. So it's going to pull your foot up. And then rest your elbows on the wall. So you need to be standing about 12 to 18 inches back from the wall so you can lean in. Then pull up from your left foot. Press your inner thighs back. Scoop your tailbone. And then lift the right leg up. And so you get a great shoulder stretch. Now your heart is coming a little more forward. But if you really root down into your left foot, you might be able to take your elbows off the wall and lift your arms up. And then release. Ooh. And if you're not sure how to let go of that, just let go of the belt. Your foot will come down. Don't switch to the second side yet. We'll try it without the wall. So the same thing. Take your belt over your shoulder. So now I'm just holding on to the wall. Pull your foot up and then hold the strap in front of you and take your elbows up. So here you got to really root down into your foot, but engage, pull in and up, lift your chest, shoulders back, spread your toes. Ooh, yeah. Let go, let the belt slide through your hands. Well done. One more side. Okay. So you can switch the strap onto your left foot. We'll start with elbows against the wall. So you face the wall, strap comes over your shoulder. Pull up on the belt, bring your elbows onto the wall. They're about as wide as your shoulders. Roll your thigh in, spread your toes, lift up. Engage your hamstrings. Draw your tailbone down towards your right foot. Feel all the effort that it takes to do this dance. Engage your hamstrings, try to lift your left leg higher, and then release the strap, lower your foot down. And then we'll try it one last go here, away from the wall. Take your strap behind your back. Start to use it like a pulley. All right, life is a dance. Engage with it. Pull up from the sole of your foot up into your pelvis. Your thighs are back. Scoop your tailbone. Lift your heart, shoulders back, and then shine out. Ooh. And when you feel complete, step your foot down. Excellent. Let's come down to the floor. You can have a seat. Take the belt off your foot. Ah, fantastic. All right, let's take a downward dog. Stretch out your low back. Melt the heart, hips up. And notice the dance of your breath has gotten faster. You can invite it now to slow down, settle down. Lengthen your spine, especially the lumbar spine, by rooting your tailbone towards your heels. And then exhale, bring your knees to the floor. And we'll take a little table twist here. Turn your right fingers towards the center of your mat. Thread your left arm under. Bring your head down and look underneath your right elbow. You can come up onto spider fingers there. Pull your shoulder blade onto your back. Take some slow, deep breaths. And remember what it is that you desire. Maybe it's not to balance in dancer pose, right? It's probably not your life's deepest desire. But the way we work into pose progressively, like if you take those kinds of steps towards the things you want in your life, then you're going to get them. They're going to happen. All right, push down into your right hand and inhale to come out of the twist, and then switch sides. Turn your left fingertips towards the center of your mat. Thread your right arm under, bring your shoulder down and the side of your head to the floor, and then tent up onto the fingers of your left hand. That gives you a little more space to draw your shoulder blade onto your back. Breathe down into your belly. Feel how each breath in the twist gives your abdominal organs a gentle massage. And inhale, rise up. Great. Turn over onto your back and hug your knees into your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. And then release your feet to the floor. And we have a minute or two for Shavasana. Stretch your legs out on the ground. Bring your arms down, palms up. Shoulders back. Lift your chin. And then settle. Let your body release the effort of the dance. Notice the sensations in your body and the ease of your breath. And let go. There is plenty of opportunity for effort and discipline in life, and there's also time to rest and recharge. And we need both. In Tantra, We don't push anything away. We say, yes, I'm going to work really hard. Yes, I'm going to play really hard. And yes, I'm going to rest really hard. So enjoy these few minutes to really let go. Gently begin to move and stretch your body. Oh, bend your knees and roll over to your side. Slowly come on up to sit. Sit well with your thigh bones turned in. Root your tailbone down. Lift up. Engage your shoulders back. And close your eyes. Just for another moment, enjoy the dance of your breath. And then bring your palms together in front of the heart. And may you dance through the rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you for